Welcome to Real History Podcast. I'm your host, Martel Llewellyn. Guys, if you are a Miami Heat fan, continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support. If you're an NBA fan, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for all the support. So last night, the Miami Heat lost to the Toronto Raptors 106-92, and Tracy Mcgrady, he absolutely ripped the Miami Heat. So shout out to Barry Jackson. He actually quoted what he said. So he said, for those who missed the TNT postgame, Tracy McGrady encourages the Miami Heat to revamp their roster. They don't have great athleticism. They're a slow team. They don't have many one-on-one players that a lot of other teams have to create shots and create for others. I will say, at the end of the day, Trace McGrady is absolutely right. We've all been saying this. We said this from the beginning of the season. We never improved the roster. Everybody around us improved. Now, I will say, nobody expected this huge drop off compared to how they were playing last season. However, last season was a huge anomaly. A lot of people don't want to blame the front office, and a lot of people don't want to blame the players, but they're both to blame. I will say this team has too many undrafted players. I don't understand how you have a whole NBA roster, a 15-man roster, and 8 of them are undrafted. I just think that's foolishness. It's absolutely foolishness. We have so many one-sided, low-level role players, guys that can't create off the dribble, they can't create their own shot. Okay. They need help, they need screens. I think that going forward, we need talent on this team. I think talent is one of the major things on this team. Tracy McGrady said it best, and it's a shame that people have to talk about us like this on national television for us to make improvements. And I think that last night definitely showed that a lot. We were getting out rebounded, out hustle. Besides Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, because of course we had no Jimmy Butler. I think that our roster blatantly pointed that out last night. We're unathletic, no talent. Victor Oladipo, he only had 7 points. Washed up Kevin Love, he only had 3 points. Gabe Vincent, he's supposed to be our starting point guard. He only had 2 points. Caleb Martin, I think he's had a great season this year, but he only had 7. Max Strus only had 3 points, and Kyle Lowry had 6 points. Duncan Robinson had 4 points, and Cody Zeller had 6 points. That alone should tell you what's going on here. There's no talent on this roster, and to be honest, it's actually sad because it looks like they're giving up on the season as they continue to lose more games. And I will say, I don't understand why the Miami Heat didn't come in and improve this roster. Okay, fine, we let PJ Tucker go. Of course, because we're not going to pay him $30 million. But at the end of the day, to make no improvements, to have no power forward next to Bam Adebayo looks absolutely exhausted. He has to do everything. He's guarding 1 through 5. He's guarding on the perimeter, the paint, the wing. He's running around, setting screens in every single action. And then you guys expect him to score 30 points on the other end and play elite defense. It's just too much. And to do this for 82 games, you're going to wear him out by the time the playoff comes. And I think that's exactly what happens. He looks absolutely exhausted, and I will say, I think the Miami Heat needed this because they were not going to come out and tank, and they needed this slap in the face. I don't want to make the playoffs. What is the point of making the playoffs and losing in the first round? It makes absolutely no sense. This team is too inconsistent to even win 3 games in a row, much less to win a playoff series. I just think it's a waste of time, in my opinion. And like I said, a lot of this goes on the front office because they were the ones that said they liked this team. Okay. They already learned their lesson from 2021. I'm sorry, when they ran it back and we got blown out in the first round by the Milwaukee Bucks. We learned our lesson from this. So why on earth are you going to continue to run back the same team 4 years in a row and make marginal improvements and only surround your star players in Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy Butler with low-level role players who are unathletic? They're small. We're constantly getting out rebounded. We have been getting out rebounded since the 2020 bubble. Bam Adebayo needs great help down low. And like I said, I just think it's a disgrace what they did with this season. They're giving up on the season. I think with Bam Adebayo ripping his jersey at the end of last year's playoffs and Tyler Hero missing time, and I thought that they would at least fight it out a little bit longer. But once again, their role players are absolutely trash. I don't want to see Gabe Vincent on this team next year. I don't want to see guys like Duncan Robinson, but unfortunately he's going to be back. I don't want to see Haywood Highsmith. I don't want to see these undrafted guys on this Miami Heat team ever again. And I'm hoping that this front office learned from their lesson. Like I said, I would have never expected, I think no one expected that huge drop off from last year. But it's not last year, it's this year. And one thing about these undrafted guys, once they reach their ceilings, of course they're going to eventually start making baskets like they did last season. They're going to hit their 3-point shots. Why? Because they're in the gym every single day. But at the end of the day, they went undrafted for a reason. They are low-level role players, low-budget role players who belong in the G League. Okay, we do not need 8 undrafted guys on this roster, and I hope that the Miami Heat have learned their lesson. I want guys with talent. athleticism, guys who can jump out the gym, guys who can catch lobs, guys who can defend, two-way players, guys who can create off the dribble, playmaking. This is a basketball game. I do not want one-dimensional role players, and then also two undersized role players on this team. And I think that Tracy McGrady, he definitely hit it home. And like I said, it's a shame that they have to actually cook the Miami Heat and criticize the Miami Heat's roster and blast the Miami Heat front office and their role players on national television. But guess what? Sometimes that's what it takes for improvement to happen, and it's a wasted Jimmy Butler season. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe as we continue to push to 2,000 subscribers.